Hey everybody, this is Doa, and I've got a really awesome replay to show you guys today. I'm going to turn off the nameplates for a moment while I describe who we've got here, and who we have is Morrow spawning as the blue Terran player. That's right, you heard me right, and you see right, your eyes are not deceiving you. He is playing Terran on Shakuras Plateau today, and this was a game that was played back during the GSL World Championship, so it was a while ago now, but it was played on the Masters League on the Korean server when all those guys were living in the GOM house for those couple weeks. So we've got Morrow playing around on the Korean ladder as Terran, and his opponent is going to be another Terran player, and this translated out actually translates into RainbowZenith, believe it or not. So this is probably one of the many rainbows, or many little special rainbows in the StarCraft universe. No, he is one singular rainbow on the Zenith clan. The Zenith clan is actually very large. There's a lot of players on it. You might be thinking, well, isn't there another rainbow in the GSL? That's right, there's a Startail rainbow, otherwise known as Hope Torture, otherwise known as Into the Rainbow and Brood War, but this is not the same person. This is, again, you know, just another random member of the Zenith clan in Korea. Zenith, a very big clan, and it's Zenith plus Nex. Those two clans kind of formed together to make the Zenex team, and that's the group of players that we're really familiar with into the GSL. So this player, not, you know, a member of Zenex, just a member of Zenith. There are players out there that are a member of just the Nex clan as well, and they kind of take the best from both of those to make the Zenex team. So hope that kind of clears up a little bit of the confusion. I'll try to refer to him as RainbowZenith throughout the game, just to try to make it a little bit less confusing, because again, this is not Startail Rainbow, this is RainbowZenith. Different player, same name, and that's about all there is to say about that, really. SCV for RainbowZenith, doing a little bit of scouting in the base of Morrow. And I gotta say, it was a ton of fun to watch Morrow play Terran at the GOM house. I mean, for those of you who don't know, Morrow originally was a Terran player, actually, way back when StarCraft 2 first came out. He even won IEM Cologne, the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne, Germany, as Terran, beat Idra in the finals. I believe it was, I want to say 4-1, if I remember right. It was a pretty lopsided thing, and that was the infamous series where he used the 5 racks Reaper strategy in, I believe, 3 out of the 4 games. It was very strong. Interesting anecdote is that apparently it was none other than Demaga that actually taught him the 5 racks Reaper strategy the night before he played Idra in those finals. A little bit of a backstory there. And actually, to continue with that, if you guys remember the GSL World Championships, Demaga beat ST on Zelnaga Caverns with that 9 pool all-in, where he pulled his drones and he built the spine crawler in ST's base. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because Morrow is the one who showed him that build before he had to face ST. So kind of cool, Morrow and Demaga helping each other out in their various matches in StarCraft 2 history. So hope that's interesting to somebody. First Reaper coming across the field. Just getting back into the game here, Morrow did 1 racks expand, adding on a couple more gases. Now it was a Reaper expand for RainbowZenith, adding on a couple more barracks. Morrow did see the tech lab on the barracks, so he does have some Marines in position. This Reaper immediately needing to make a run for it, and he's not going to be able to get any kills at all, not even getting to fire. Bunker finishing, and oh, the SCV jumps right inside. That is one discouraged Reaper. He's like, oh man, why couldn't I have been a Marine? You know, Mom said, go to Reaper school. See the world, she said. Get a jetpack. This guy's one of the Reapers. He kind of graduated Reaper school with like a C-. They're like, well, I guess we'll give you your jetpack, but, you know, try not to hurt yourself. So that Reaper not very successful. He does get a nice scout of some of the things that Morrow has, and we'll just select him again to make sure. Yeah, he does see a little bit, but not a whole lot, really. Right now it looks like RainbowZenith is going to be going into a little bit heavier one-basing strategy, going for some Cloak Banshees, it looks like, and he does have the resources saved up, as we can see, to start that Cloak if he wants to. And well, I'm waiting for it. Where is the Cloak? I guess he doesn't have quite enough gas. Seems like he's probably waiting for it. There's Cloak right there. So it'll be Cloak Banshees from RainbowZenith. Now Morrow, on the other hand, getting a starport, getting a factory himself. Looks like he's probably going to just be putting out some tanks, just kind of playing it safe. Here comes the Reaper again. He's going to try to get any glory. That cliff is too tall for you, Reaper. I'm sorry. They don't have an upgrade that lets you jump that high. Sad Reaper right now. Just wants to make a difference, but Sadly, not really able to do that yet. Fast and engineering bay as well. It looks like Morrow does suspect cloaked banshees. Not too surprising at all. Morrow always very, very prepared. Very good Terran player. Great reaction time, great APM. And as we've seen, a very good Zerg player as well. And here comes the Reaper. Oh, there's nothing defending these SCVs for now. Is this his moment of glory? The Reaper gets 1 kill and 2 kills. Wow, this Reaper's like, I'm finally successful. Yay! And then he dies. Oh, man. I'm just depressed. Man, but there's a drop going on up at the top of Morrow's base. Looks like the turret did take out the medevac, but RainbowZenith looks like he might take out a couple turrets, but this drop not doing a whole lot initially. Morrow does pull his SCVs back. Coming in now to defend the rest of this drop. Tank chasing after those Marines as well, and I really like this actually. Wow, RainbowZenith just running through the entire base, landing. Oh, and Morrow's going to lose this Viking as well. Look at that. RainbowZenith, that drop actually wasn't too bad. He really did see quite a bit with it, so not a terrible drop at all. Since we're doing the whole grading system thing, I'd give it maybe like a C+. Maybe even a B-. Not a bad drop. Banshee coming out across the field right now for RainbowZenith. And again, he's going to try to cause some damage. Really one-basing very, very hard in this TvT. So if Morrow can hold this off, he's going to be way ahead. We see the command center just now going down for RainbowZenith. And here comes the Banshee. How much damage is he going to be able to do? He does cloak, but the turrets do have range to allow that Viking to see it. And Morrow chasing away that Banshee very easily. He's going to scan. There's the scan. And Morrow does take out the Banshee. So again, just no harassment, being very successful for RainbowZenith. SCV coming in now to do a little bit of scouting. He will take tank shots to the face. His tank operators really must be pretty good shots to like hit small moving targets with tank shells. I mean, that's pretty impressive, really. Morrow putting down a couple more gases at the moment. And yeah, huge thanks to Morrow too for giving me this replay to cast for you guys. That tank though looks like it's in a bit of trouble. It's going to go down, but Morrow will be able to chase away the Banshee again. So small victory for that Banshee. Did take out a tank. And it looks like RainbowZenith is going to be taking that base down to the bottom of the map. He knows he's behind economically, so a good decision, I would say, to take the risk, get the expansion. He knows he's not going to be able to play straight up against Morrow with the way that things are right now. So yeah, I'd say well worth the risk to take this hidden base right there. Morrow, in the meantime, doing some scouting with his Vikings. Trying to see what he can see, and we will see what he sees. He sees lots of Marines, lots of tanks. Knows exactly what his opponent's unit composition is, so in pretty good shape there. And let's take a look at Morrow's base again. He's putting down a lot more barracks, so Morrow definitely going to be going very heavy infantry, getting some medevacs as well. Might be thinking of doing some dropping of his own. Morrow looking for this expansion. He hasn't seen it yet, so he wants to be absolutely sure about that. And there's the expansion, so he does know that it is there. He knows that his opponent has finally expanded. And here comes another couple Banshees for RainbowZenith. Still not giving up yet on that harassment. How much is he going to be able to do? We're going to find out. Marines chasing Marines. Supply depot goes down. And Morrow moving to defend right now. That tank is not going to be very helpful. Morrow, nice pickup with the medevac, saving the tank there. But Morrow right now needs something to defend against these Banshees with. Coming back across the map with this one Viking, but Morrow actually having to cancel these 2 supply depots, I believe it was. And wow, these Banshees actually not doing too bad. One Viking not going to be able to take off both of these Banshees. Nice split there by RainbowZenith. This Banshee is barely going to get away. Another scan for Morrow ensures that it does not. Morrow takes down one of the Banshees using 2 scans for 1 Banshee, and he still does not know about this expansion. So suddenly RainbowZenith is starting to kind of equalize things a little bit. He's sort of catching up in the supply count. He has a lot less harvesters at this point, but overall he's doing a good job of staying in the game. Morrow content to sit back and macro. A lot of reactors on those barracks, going very heavy Marine. I kind of prefer to do things this way in my TvT as well. I get a few tanks, but mostly Marines. I love like moving and splitting Marine groups. I don't know, it's just a lot of fun for me, so I kind of try to make that work in my play style. So for better or for worse, but it is fun, and the most important thing in StarCraft is to have fun, right? Absolutely. Banshee doing a little bit of damage. These SCVs not having a lot of fun. Morrow has to pull back and defend. This SCV actually getting a good amount of kills. 13 kills, for that Banshee. 14 kills before it finally goes down. Now the harassment is starting to kind of pick up a little bit for RainbowZenith. Morrow taking his third as well. Pretty good timing for that, definitely. Yeah. That's the best thing about StarCraft 2. Even if you're losing, it's still fun. Looks like a big fight in the middle of the map here. Morrow is ahead on supply, but the position does definitely favor RainbowZenith. Morrow's got the air advantage, though, with the Vikings, so he might be able to cultivate that to work out a bit better. He did manage to pick up that tank to save it. A couple more units. And here we have the beginning of the mid-map standoff that's just so popular on Shakuras Plateau. As you can see, a pretty large area covered by both players right now. And it looks like RainbowZenith is going to decide to pull back. Doesn't want to engage that army quite yet. Does have this base up and running now pretty much fully. Morrow about to get this one going. And a scan goes down, so RainbowZenith does see what Morrow has, but look at how many Marines Morrow's able to produce. Look on the production queue. 7 Marines at once, probably more than that. Quite a few more, I would imagine, in a full production cycle. And it looks like Morrow might be thinking of doing a decent drop. Another scan goes down. This drop is going to be spotted. Now is Morrow going to go through with it? Sometimes I like to just fly away and then turn around and drop it off, because here comes RainbowZenith. He scanned, he saw the units flying away, getting a great position on Morrow. And suddenly Morrow might be in a little bit of trouble. Medevac's giving vision, although there are Vikings there. And overall, both players coming out fairly even in that exchange, really. Morrow coming out maybe slightly ahead, able to keep that air advantage. Morrow still is ahead in supply count. Keep in mind that Morrow did have his expansion up much sooner. His economy is looking great. 3 factories going down for Morrow. Switching things up a little bit in the mid-game. Deciding to kind of confuse his opponent a little bit. And, I mean, to be honest, I mean, Morrow, he's playing Terran to have fun, really. I mean, it's not his main race, obviously, but he still does like to play it once in a while. Oh, I like this. Turret and a sensor tower in the bottom of the map there. A lot of Marines being produced. And really with the amount of production buildings that Morrow has, he's going to be able to get quite a few units out quite quickly. Another command center going down for RainbowZenith. Probably going to land that right here, I would imagine. And this is actually starting to shape up to be a bit of a longer TvT. I'm not going to lie. I might settle in for this one, guys. Because this could be a bit of a split map situation. It's certainly already starting to look like that. Morrow not in a position where he can push out and attack, and RainbowZenith really not in a position where he can do any sort of big engagements as well. Let's take a look at the worker count again. 66 to 60, so things have more or less evened out in terms of that. So RainbowZenith is right back in this game. Morrow deciding to really play a much more economical. What is this? 4 starports going down from Morrow. He's getting his high-sec auto tracking as well. Oh boy. What does Morrow have planned? I think I know, but we're going to find out. This could be very interesting. He's got 3 factories. What is he making? Just a lot of tanks. So he wants to really kind of shore up this middle ground. Building some bunkers as well. Yeah, Morrow wants to turn this into a split map situation, because right now he is definitely in the lead as far as positioning goes, as far as supply goes, as far as bases go too. Another big group coming down there as well. Morrow getting fairly close to supply block. What is he going to use these starports for? Tech labs. 4 tech labs going down on the starports. What is it going to be? There's some very bizarre and interesting late game Terran versus Terran compositions that I've seen some players doing, putting a tech lab on this starport as well. So we do have 5 starports right now. I want to make sure I'm not missing any.